Okay, guys, welcome to another episode of the Desert Project. This time I have with me my dear friend Balin Bresh. He's from Hungary. Say hello, Balin.
Hey, hello.
I'm pretty good. Well, don't worry about that. We are going to make a lot of mistakes, but probably just it's going to be just like four persons that are going to watch this video, so it's okay. Don't worry about that. Bali and I, we've met here in Lucca because he was an exchange student for Erasmus when I was doing my first year or my first master's degree here in Lucca, and we actually clicked it right on like instantly. We've just met and we had a really cool friendship. And he was here for a year, didn't you, Balin?
Yeah, 8 months.
Well, 8 months
Exactly.
and a
But
scholar year, let's say it like that.
yes.
And he's also a guitarist, a really good classical guitarist. And I really advise you guys to watch his YouTube channel, which I'm going to write down in the description of the video. So if you want to listen to some very nice music. So, okay, well, this interview is going to be in the section I have, which is called Sense of Identity. So I'm going to talk and I'm going to ask Balint about Hungary. I'm going to ask Balint about culture there in his country and differences between here in Italy and as Mexicans and a lot of interesting stuff. But before we start with that, Balin, what do you think if we give the people that are watching some background about your country? Hungary, it's a very known country. It's very important, especially because a century ago it was very powerful. It was part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, wasn't it, Balin?
Yes, actually, here in Hungary, we do not refer to it as the Austrian-Hungarian Empire. We refer to it as the Austrian-Hungarian monarchy,
Ah,
or
okay.
before that, it was the Habsburg Empire. The Habsburg house was the dynasty who ruled both countries at that time.
Okay.
But
And
I think that in English they call it like that. So
yeah, because also in Spanish and I'm pretty sure in Italian they call it like that, no? The Austro-Hungarian Empire. Well, in Spanish I'm pretty sure it's called like that,
yeah, yeah.
but I think in English as well. How did the Austro-Hungarian monarchy set up? How did it
Uh,
became like one stuff, one thing?
it was before the Turkish invasion because the king of Hungary, who ruled that time, he made a contract, marriage contract with the
Uh-huh.
Habsburg dynasty in
Uh,
Austria.
Excuse me if I'm interrupting you. What years, more than less, like even if it's not exact, but
I have to check my notes.
yeah, you just check them. It's okay.
At the end of the 15th century.
Oh, damn. So it's been like a long time. Okay.
Yes,
It was basically monarchy allegiance, like
yes,
many in the medieval age at the.
yes, exactly.
Okay, and so you guys continued like that for over 3 centuries, isn't it? Like 15, 16, 17, 18, until the 20th century. It's when it was dissolved, isn't it like that or not?
Yes, but like continued is not totally true because when the Turkish Empire invaded Hungary, the country has been torn up into three pieces. In the middle of the 16th century, and one part belonged to the Turkish Empire, of course, one to the Habsburg Empire, and the third one is, let's say, the Transylvanian lords. I mean, I don't know the exact word in English, but it wasn't a kingdom.
Okay,
There
okay, I
was
get it.
always one ruler, I think, of this region. and yes, and later, I think in around. Oh, wait, I will have to check this because
Vlad Dracula Tepes was the lord of the Transylvanian lord.
okay, and at the end of the 17th century, so I mean the years 16 and on, the country has been reunited by the Habsburg house.
So they managed to reconquer all
Yes.
the land they had lost. Okay, I get it.
Yes. And first it wasn't an empire, it was only a personal union. But after reuniting the parts, they started to deal with more things concerning Hungary.
Okay, and what was like the biggest amount of land that the empire managed to rule? Like from Hungary to Austria and all the countries in between, or how was it?
Good question. I think also, wait, how's it in English? The Czech Republic, Slovakia, which of course hasn't been a country. Down. It wasn't a country. I think that's more proper in English. Today's Croatia, Serbia.
All the Balkans as well.
Yes. I mean, I'm more familiar with the size of Hungary, so I cannot exactly remember how big it was with the Habsburg Empire, because also they made some deals, I think, with neighbors. I mean the neighbor countries, or how do you say it?
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to look for a map and let's see if I can put it here in the interview when I do the editing and stuff. So let's see how much amount of land they ruled. And then how and why did they dissolve?
It started during the First World War.
Okay.
And as far as I understand, the thing was that also Hungary wanted to be independent. In the country of Hungary, there were many nationalities, like those countries I told. So the Croatians, I think Serbians, the Slovakians, and they all wanted to get independent too.
Okay.
And after the First World War, when the Trianon peace contract took place, the winning countries decided to split up those countries.
Okay, I get it. So that's it. That's how it went.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I hope I didn't say anything stupid, but
as I just told you, dude, if you said something not accurate or something stupid, it doesn't matter because it's just like 5 people who's going to see this, who's going to watch this interview. But I mean, it's really cool to know all these facts. Well, now that we have some background about your country and some historical facts, and also about you, Balint, okay, let's pass to the section which is called Sense of Identity. So, Balint, my man, I wanted to ask you first, what is the main religion there in Hungary?
Now, how do you say Catholicism?
Catholicism, like in Italy?
Yes.
Like in Mexico as well.
But we also have a huge amount of Protestant. Most of the people are Catholic, but
there are some Protestants as well. In Mexico, Protestantism is growing a lot as well. I mean, we are Catholics. I'm Catholic myself, but it's like that. Okay, so well, I also wanted to ask you.
Sorry to interrupt.
Ah, yeah.
Here is, I think it's more common. So the Catholicism leads, but I don't know. I'm guessing that it's more common in Mexico. No, or
To be Catholic, you say?
yes.
Just like in Italy, but we also have a lot of Protestants there in Mexico. Okay, let's go to the other question. When you were living here in Italy, what are the differences you saw in that time and the differences between, for example, you Hungarian people as social behavior and culture and all that kind of stuff? What are the differences between Italians? What would you say? Like this is really different. Italians are like this, Italians are like that, and we Hungarian people we are like this and so.
The first thing what came into my mind is that the Italian people are more direct to each other, or I'm not sure if this is the right word, but like they can get into small talks easier on the street or in the store. So, for example, once I was standing before the counter in
Uh-huh.
Esselunga, and one lady.
Esselunga, it's a supermarket, guys. If you don't know,
Oh
keep
yeah.
keep going.
And this lady came to me and started to talk with me. That I don't know. She told me something in Italian, and I told her that I cannot understand. Sorry, and just I speak just a little bit of Italian. But we started talking, and she asked, "What am I doing here? If is it a vacation or I'm studying there?" Uh, and after she was in front of the line, in front of me in the line, and she told the cashier, "Yeah, the young man is studying here at the Boccarini." So this kind of
Okay,
they are more easygoing
in
in
that
this sense.
way.
So
Yeah, so in Hungary, it's not like that.
it's not
You would
it's
never
not
have a
like
conversation with somebody you don't know in the supermarket or in the street or so.
not it's not like never, but it's much more less common. I mean, you can remember that when I visited you 2 years ago, we were also in the supermarket, and one lady came to us and asked where were we from. So
Did that really happen? I don't remember. But if you
yeah,
remember it, I trust you.
yeah, I remember. Yeah, and so in this sense, it's easier to make a small contact with Italian peoples, I think. But
And what else? What else would you say it's kind of different? What else would
I
you say? Or cultural differences, or I don't know.
culture, for example, for me it was really funny that Italians never have a salty breakfast.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
and for
To
me,
us Mexicans, that was really weird as well when we came here. Because we always eat eggs in the morning with
yes,
ham or
eggs, ham,
yeah,
bacon.
yeah, bacon, very big breakfast. And here in Italy, they are well, most of them they just eat like some sweet bread and
Yes,
coffee, and that's it. Maybe a little bit of fruit, and that's all. Which I'm already used to do that. For example, I cannot eat like big breakfast anymore. Actually,
really?
yeah, like the last two times I've went to my parents' house there in I'm like, my mom also always serves me a lot of food, and I'm like, damn, I cannot eat all this food in the morning. I can do it after evening. I can do it for dinner, but I cannot doing right now. In the morning, no, I just eat like a very few, so just give me some fruit and a coffee, and that's it. But well, because I got used to, but yeah, it was pretty weird to me as well when I got here. And okay, now
It's
tell me.
yeah. I'm sorry. I only only these two things came into my mind because it's really hard to find the differences. I mean, it's very different, but I cannot exactly point out exact things.
Precise things.
Yeah, it's really hard to describe.
Okay, I get it. And what about us Mexicans? You Hungarian people and us Mexicans? Because, I mean, you've met some Mexicans here besides me. You were friends with Lucia and also with Ruben and also with Hugo, no? Which
Yes.
actually, if I remember right, you lived with them for a whole month, right?
2 months, I think.
2 months, okay.
Yes, but
Well,
actually, we also lived together for, I don't know, 1 month.
well, 1 week, dude. 1 week. I
It was
was
one
just,
week only.
yeah, I just was in that house for 1 week. I couldn't stand it because
Really? Yes.
I didn't like that house. That's why I left. I mean, your company was awesome, dude, but all the rest of that house I didn't like. So yeah, there was this annoying guy which I couldn't stand. You remember who I'm talking about? Okay, I just don't want to say more, but he lived
Yes,
there with all his
I
family.
think,
Do you remember? It was
yes.
just very annoying, dude. Okay, well, never mind. Let's. So, what differences do you see? I'm always talking about social behaviors and manners and all these things between us Mexicans and you Hungarian people.
It's even more difficult, but I did some thinking on this topic. um, wow. First thing came into my mind about this is eating spicy food.
Oh, come on, that's an easy one.
No, no,
Go go a little bit deeper there. Come on.
okay, but now the question is, what difference do I see
Yeah,
between
what
Korean
difference?
and the Mexican?
What did you notice that we do that you Hungarian people would never do? You know?
Actually, not that much. Basically, we had so much fun with the guys when I moved to their place. So, of course, the temper is always different between a Hungarian and a Mexican, or between an Italian and a Hungarian. But for me, it wasn't that obvious, because me myself,
Mm-hmm.
I have a little bit of the temper like that.
Okay,
So
yeah, okay, yeah, because you are
I
a very easygoing guy. But
yes,
for
I can be
example,
loud. I can be,
but if you compare the rest, we are also not talking about Mishi because Mishi is also very easygoing.
yes.
Greetings to Mishi. I hope you're okay, dude. And but I'm talking about like for the rest of Hungarians, you know, for most of Hungarians, you know. So you were talking about like the temper is different. So explain me a little bit how.
I had this feeling but also Italians. I think it's similar, that they can be very, very happy or very, very sad. Oh no, okay, this is a stupid
No, no, I get it. I get it. This one I get it. Continue that
stupid
path.
way of saying, but I think it also comes from the fact that in general, okay, I have the word, Mexicans and Italians, for me, much more extroverted.
Okay.
Yes, extroverted than us. I'm not saying that Hungarians are too introverted,
Uh-huh.
but you guys, I think you are more like that than us.
Okay, I get it.
And this leads back to having some small talks on the street, or in a shop, or this how do you say, social encounters. I'm not
Uh-huh,
sure
yeah,
if
yeah.
this does this make any sense, are more common.
Okay, I get it. Yeah, that's a pretty good answer. I'm okay with that.
Oh,
We
okay.
can move on. So, as a third person, as a Hungarian guy, what differences then did you see between us Mexicans and Italian people? You already said that we are very similar because we are very extroverted. But I mean, I'm Mexican and I'm pretty sure we have also plenty of differences. So, but I want you to tell me if you saw something or if you noticed some kind of differences between these Mexican guys that you've met, like 4 or 5, and the Italian people. What could you tell us about that?
Wow. Yeah, that's a toughie. This may sound stupid, but I had a feeling that Mexicans are more into like partying and having beers during the evenings. But why I'm not really sure about this, because I mean I knew there are like 5 Mexican guys, and I don't know, like 15 Italian guys, so it may be just the personality of the people what makes me think that.
Okay.
But for example, it was so it happened more with you guys that we went out, had some beers, or we had a couple of beers at the evenings with Ruben and Hugo, and with Italians, the Italian guys less, I think.
Okay.
But it's also hard to tell, because with Hugo and Ruben we lived together, so we met a lot. It was obvious to have a couple of beers after practice. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure if this sentence will fit the interview, but I think Mexicans drink more than the Italians.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that might be right, but you guys are in a whole different level than we are. You Hungarian people, you are like top drinkers, dude.
No, no.
Come on. Do you think? No. Do you actually think we Mexicans drink more than you guys Hungarian?
I think it's the same.
Really? Dude, I remember this anecdote when we were to Parma. When we went to Parma, do you remember that we went to the festival because you were going to do the competition,
Yes.
and I was going to play there because we had to do some concerts with the whole
Yes, I remember.
guitar class. And we set up in order to take the same train to Parma, you and me. And then, well, when we were there, like 10 a.m., taking the train, and I just look at you. We were sitting next to each other in the train, and you just get out 2 beers from your backpack, dude. And you say, "Hey, cheers, Danny, my man." And I was like, "Damn, this is how it works with these guys, you know." And we were having a beer, dude. We were having a beer at 10 a.m. in the morning on our way to Parma, dude.
No,
And I was
okay,
like, "Okay, these guys are in a whole different level." Besides, I don't even like beer, and you were like, "Come on, don't be such a girl. Just drink it right now." And I was, "Okay, let's do it." I'm going to put the picture right here, so
no,
people
actually,
will see it's
that's.
true.
I don't think that's Hungarian thing. It was like
It was just Balinbresh then.
no. It's with our gang with the guitarist gang in Hungary. When we went to a competition or we went to a festival, we always called this the road trip beer. That we had only one beer, of course, because we had to do some. We had so when you have some serious things to do, of course you don't drink much, but we always had one beer on the way to our destination.
Okay, well, so that's why now I know everything. Okay, Vali, my man, I think we are done with this interview. Everything that I wanted to talk about, it's been already talked about. I don't know if you want to add anything else. Do you wanna say farewell to our viewers?
Yeah, I hope that you will enjoy this conversation with my friend Danny. And if you are interested, please check out my YouTube channel, and maybe we will meet once. I don't know.
Okay, Valiant man, thank you very much. Okay, guys, just follow Valiant in his YouTube channel, which you will see here in the description of the video. You can also follow my classical guitar YouTube channel, which I'm going to put it there, Daniel Preciado. And if you want to listen to some guitar duo, I will also put my guitar duo channel with Lucia Guerra. and me, which is a really nice project. I'm pretty sure you will enjoy either Belint, then me, and my duo. So, guys, have a nice one, and thank you very much for watching. Bali, my man, thank you very much
Thank you
again, dude.
Thank you for the invitation.